know my name, and I'm an expat from Orlando, Florida, and I'm trying to fix my camera. When you don't have a stand, you use objects that are around you, like coffee cups. I'm actually hanging out at I'm back in Phnom Penh, by the way. If you don't know me, I live in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. I've been here for over a year now. This is so crazy. I've been here over a year now. And I recently took a trip, just a 3-day getaway out into the mountains of Cambodia. Let me move this back a bit. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm trying to fix this. My camera be like, nope. So anyway, I went out to Kampot, which is 3 hours south of Phnom Penh, right? In the mountains, beautiful countryside, really chill, French colonial type of town. I mean, Phnom Penh's French colonial too, but it's real like village-like French colonial. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But anyway, I'm back, and yes, I'm back. I'm back again. But yeah, I'm back in the city now. I've been here for about 3 days, just relaxing, getting back into the city life groove again, right? And I was like, you know what? We need to go hit up a vegan cafe, because I mean, not everybody on this live stream actually eats meat, right? I mean, I do. I eat anything that tastes good. I'm not picky about my diet. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just a carnivore. I'm not just an omnivore. I'm not just a vegetarian. Like, I'll eat anything that tastes good. I don't care what you label it, right? Whoops. Sorry, Charlie. I'm trying to organize shit here. But anyway, so I'm at a vegan hostel cafe, and I'm actually on the very rooftop, as you can see. And I'm just chilling. There was one guy over here just crashed out on the couch. I think he's awake now, but I was like, you know what? This live stream's going down whether he's up or not. I don't really care. But anyway, I'll show you some of the scenes here in just a minute. But as people start coming in, don't feel nervous or whatever. Just let me know where you're tuning in from. You know, just tell me your city, your state, your country, if you're not in the United States, because I'd like to know. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, I got a message coming in from Colby. Well, you know, Colby, to each his own. I like to wait till people coming into the live stream. If you ask me a question, I'd be glad to answer it. Do you have any questions for me? It's hard to focus on others when you don't know what others are thinking. So, as I said, I live in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So do you have any questions for me about living in Cambodia? Because that's what this live stream's all about. So why not drop them in the comments? I'm here to help. Drop it down. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay, I have a question coming in. Is it summer or winter? It's not winter. We've been having an unusual bout of weather. In fact, we just got over the rainy season 3 months ago, right? And it's been, you know, dry and 95 degrees outside just about every day. But yesterday, we got rain for 3 hours. I'm like, is that rain? Like, I'm in my apartment and I'm hearing rain on the rooftops over here. Because, you know, there's 10 roofs out here. And I'm hearing rain. I'm like, holy, it's raining. Like, it's raining hard. Like, in Cambodia, if it's not the rainy season, you don't get rain. So for us to actually have a rain event here was spectacular. And like I said, it rained for about 3 hours straight. yesterday afternoon. I think it's going to rain again today. They're calling for some rain, but it's unusual for this time of year. It's unusual, but let me show you what I'm working with here. Good question. Yeah, this is the view. We are literally, how can I say, 2 blocks away from the Russian market. So if you go down this way and turn, that would be the Russian market. And then you get to see some of the old French-style buildings. Isn't that cool? Not to mention all the modern apartment complexes, condos you can rent out here. And then, of course, take a look at the view here. See? And all the crazy wiring. Don't you love it? Do I speak the language? I speak very little. Where am I from? I'm from Orlando, Florida, USA. Hey, hello, Aaron. Good morning to you, or should I say good afternoon? Oh, you missed me, Irv? Hey, well, I'm glad you're back in town. Now check out this hostel. This is like the deck right here. See, isn't that cool how they do this? This is pretty cool. Oh, we got somebody coming in. Yeah, you can see the puddle. We got some rain, man. We got some major rain yesterday. No, Aaron, I don't. It's an unusual question. Do you have a yoga ball? I don't have a yoga ball. Do you have a yoga ball? I got a breeze now coming on. For people who don't like it when I say I'm gonna drive you crazy. I'm here. It's all about me. Me. Drive you crazy. Hey, who else is in the house here? Okay, I'm gonna show you the sights. Lily. Hey, Lily. Is it cheaper than Vietnam? It depends on where you're at, what part of the city. Max headroom, yeah. Just pretend I'm max headroom. Man, that was back in the 80s, wasn't it? Now we're showing some real age. Yeah, I remember Max Headroom. He was the glitch computer guy. Me. And he had blonde hair and shit. Anyway. So yeah, we're back in Phnom Penh. I have the Kampot video. I'm going to be editing it out actually tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday for me. I'm 12 hours ahead of the States. So it's Friday afternoon right now in Cambodia. And I will work on that Kampot video. I got some really good footage, guys. I'll work on that tomorrow, and I'll get it up probably Sunday night, my time. So it should be Sunday your time, and you'll get to see all the footage. It was really cool. It was a nice trip. I highly recommend that you go out there if you get a chance. You know, so if you ever, let's see, that's the beauty of living out here in Phnom Penh, in the capital. You get all the conveniences of the city, right? But if you're sick and tired of the city and you want to get away from the sounds and the heat and whatever, you can just hop on a bus. Let me tell you, I got a one-way ticket, 3.5-hour ride down to Kampot on a nice bus with air conditioning. They gave you water, free snacks. Like, they give you nice French croissants and some other kind of little, like, treat kind of snack. And they stopped at, like, halfway point, they stopped, you know, to use the bathroom at this nice little, like, roadside gas station / cafe, so you can get a coffee or a matcha or something. Anyway, that ticket was only $7. I kid you not, man. It only costs $7 for a bus ticket from Phnom Penh to Kampot. And of course, $7 back. So round trip, $14, guys. That's cheaper than the train. Now you could take the train down there, but it will take you double the time and it's double the, like if you want first class, it'll cost you $30 round trip for the train versus the $14 for the bus ticket. Pretty damn good. All right, let me get to your questions. Check these guys out here working on the roof. Pretty cool. Irv, yeah, you're ready to come visit? Yeah, I hear things are pretty nuts out there. Hang in there, Irv. Look me up when you get here. No, this is not my balcony, Rivera. This is actually a hostel. If you look down the street and turn right, the Russian market is out here past this big building. And I'm just hanging out in a local neighborhood, and I'm at a hostel. As you can see, I just had lunch. I didn't eat all of the rice. I had a matcha drink. I'm getting into matcha, guys. It's really good. But yeah, it's vegan. It was all veggies, and it was like a curry sauce, but it was really good. It was really tasty. Where am I at, official? I am in Cambodia. We're in the capital city. We're in a neighborhood, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. That's where we're located right now. Where am I from? I am from Orlando, Florida. Do I travel? I just did. Yeah, I just got back from the south part of Cambodia. Hey, Con. I see Con in the house. Welcome in. Are there kids in your country? Yeah, there's kids in my country. Rudy, we're actually, we're sitting at a vegan hostel right now. Yeah, they have a nice balcony. Ain't this cool? I'm just hanging out. This is really cool. I'll get you to see here how they got this. Are we lagging? Okay, Lily, don't say that. I'm lagging. Well, yeah, I guess there were scam activities out here, but not anymore. Yeah, chai tea's good. I had that recently. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Traveling is a good thing to do, but I'm not traveling official. I actually live here. I mean, I travel within the country, but I live here now in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Ramsey, oh my gosh, I don't know. I haven't been back to the States in a year, so I have no idea. But yeah, I've been getting into matcha tea now. Try not to drink so much coffee, getting jacked up on caffeine all the time. Matcha's just as good. Well, I mean, coffee's good for you, but matcha's just as good without all of the extra caffeine. But it does have a nice kick to it. It gives you energy, but not from caffeine. It's hard to explain, but I mean, you know what matcha is. It's actually made from tea. It's what they call baby tea leaves that they pick, and they grind them up and make a powder out of it, and then they take that powder and they whisk it in your cup, like either with cold water or hot water, and they make like a mixture out of it, and then you add whatever to it. You can add your sugar syrup, your milk, cream, whatever you want, and yeah, it's an acquired taste, but I'm getting used to it. All right, back to your questions. Did you like anything? I feel like, yeah, I don't get you official on that one. You have to be more specific. Irv, no, you have to get a hotel, buddy. My place is not a hostel. Oh, okay. What is it? Am I saying it right? Like, if I can read your thing. Is it FIFA Fluffy? You lived in Orlando, went to Universal Studios. Some of your friends moved to Cambodia. Yeah, I lived in Orlando pretty much all my life. I grew up there. Yeah, isn't this cool? I love these skinny little houses. Isn't that the coolest? Like, check it out. That's ground floor. Then you got 1, 2, 3 levels. And then some of the other ones, they're just smaller. They're super cute. Super, super cute. RTG, we are in Cambodia, capital city. Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah, so if, guys, so I don't have to keep repeating, I love you, but I don't want to keep repeating where I'm at or where I'm from. So if you see some newbies that keep asking, where are we? Feel free to just write them right in the live stream and just say, hey, she's in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, the capital. Oh, she's from Orlando, Florida, United States. Yeah, just feel free to help me out, okay? I'm only one person. You guys are many. Cheers. I'm employing each and every one of you while I have my sip of water. Don't you love these cups? Oh my God. I'm such a sucker for Asian stuff. Like, look, when they made my matcha, they brought sugar syrup in this. Look at this. This whole thing was filled up with what they call sugar syrup. It's not grain syrup like sugar. They give you like a syrup of sugar, sort of like corn syrup, but not corn syrup. It's hard to explain. They put it in these little cups, and then of course I already drank it, but then then you put it in with your matcha. See, it's all gone. I drank it all. Oh, and I went to a secondhand Japanese store. Let me tell you, I was looking for I'm gonna drive y'all nuts. I was looking for thin, not necessarily sheets, but like blankets, just something thin that I could cover my couch cushions with, because my couch cushions, the couches are actually beige, okay? And I've been there a year. I mean, I know I can unzip, take the cushions out, and then wash, the outside of them, what do you call the lining or whatever. But it's still got like, soiled stains, like like I said, it's beige. So it's picking up a dull color, and I was like, I want to put something on it to protect it better since I'm going to be living there long term. I can't. Ever since that kid, whoever jumped down earlier and said, oh, you always say, Now I'm just going to keep doing it and driving y'all nuts since it's in my head. But, I'm going to go, I got 2 of those, and they were only $2 a piece. I have them in my bag right here. And then I found a giant glass jar for like $1.50. No, it was $1.10. But they had clothes, they had dishes, they had shoes, bags, hats, everything in there, other than brand new cooking pans. Cooking pans were like $10, brand new. Everything else was under $10. I mean, the thrifting, the thrift stores out here is some serious stuff. And everything in that thrift store was from Japan. It's all Japanese stuff. So I used to love to go thrifting, What was that old song? I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting for, I don't even know how the song goes. I'm hunting for a bargain, this is effing awesome, or something like that. But in these stores, you don't even need $20. Well, I mean, you could spend it, but I spent literally $6 on 2 blankets and a big glass jar. I was like, that's perfect. That's all I need. Just giving you a tip. So when you come living out here in the city, it's not just the Japan, they call it Sakura Recycled. It's not just the Japanese recycled stores. They've got a million of them out here, all these secondhand stores. So you don't have to go to the mall or even the Russian market and deal with all that haggling. You can go straight into these secondhand stores, get things for $1, $2. The price is on the tag. There's no haggling. There's no bargaining. It is what it is. And I like that. Look at these guys put this roof on. Let me get back to your comments. I love how they do this. Isn't this crazy? Like, they're up there. Let me zoom in. These guys are wearing flip-flops. You see that? And they're putting the roof on. They're literally just standing up there with no protection, no safety net, power tools. So if that's what you're hearing, it's these guys. That's crazy. Oh, okay, I got you, Lily. All right. Thanks, Julian. It's late, Lily. I know it's so late for you guys, but it is what it is. See, we may get more rain. You see this? We're not supposed to have rain. This is not the rainy season, but yet we're getting rain, which is crazy. We're getting rain. No, it's not my apartment. This is actually from a hostel. I just had lunch and a matcha, and I'm just showing you a view. I'm in sort of near the Russian market at a hostel. I'm just showing you what's happening in a neighborhood. Aw, that's so sweet, official carrier. Thank you. I'm trying to not try not to miss anybody's comments. I'll tell you what, let me turn around so you guys can see this view while I read your comments. There's a BB cake place down there. You can see what's happening in the neighborhood. Hey, Helene, is it Helene? Said hi. Hey, Alex, just saying hello and waving. Hey, Alex, thanks for jumping in. Hey, you're welcome, Lily. I try to be consistent. Yeah, thrift shops. Thrifting in Cambodia. Okay, Irv, you're asking how much do those cost per month on average? They look nice. Okay, these out here are actually people's homes. I mean, sometimes you can grab these as a rental, but I think this whole strip, all these old French buildings, these are all people's homes, okay? So you won't be able to rent this. But you see these big condo buildings, and then you see them over there? You can rent those. And usually by the Russian market, like a 1-bedroom, you can see they got air con. Here, let me zoom in. See, they got the balcony, the air con. You can start about $350 to $400 in these apartments right here per month. Yeah, I'd say $350 to $400, and it goes up from there. It depends on how nice the place is. Like, if you look at this one over here, I'll zoom in. This one here is newer, right? So that's probably going to cost you about starting at $400 a month. I think it looks like it has a pool or something up top. Those are going to be about $400 to $600 because you're near the Russian market. So it's going to be a little more expensive out here, guys. Yeah, Irv, way, man. I'm totally serious. Totally serious. How is it common for a Russian mark? I don't I don't know the whole story behind the Russian market. All I know is way back in the day, the Russians were here. They helped to, like, helped with the economy. They formed a community out here, and they just named a market after them. So when you guys come down here, there's about three major markets. There's Central Market, and then there's the Russian market. I guess those are the two. And then there's like outlining markets. Like there's a market in every corner of the city. But those are the two expat ones, like wherever all the tourists go and everything. But yeah, the Russians were here, and I think there still is a Russian community, from what I understand, and that's why they named it the Russian market. I hope that helps. Cheers. Okay, back to your questions. I'm digging this water bottle they gave me. Well, Irv, I try. T. Patrick's in the house. What up, what up? A7 LMG. How many bedrooms, Kevin? Those up there are probably one bedrooms. So you can start, I mean, honestly, some of these condos out here, guys, let me just tell you this. Now, if you don't mind dealing with bugs, you can get a dirt cheap condo, like a studio, starting at $200 a month. But again, you're gonna deal with roaches, okay? Those little German cockroaches, because the older the condo building, the more the pests are. I don't want to scare you, but it's true. I've seen them. The newer the condos, the cleaner, the less bugs. You know what I mean? So depends on your price range. I personally rent from, if you don't know me, I personally rent from a private owner. My landlady is super cool. Love her. She's Cambodian. She speaks English. We get along really well. I've been in there over a year. In fact, I'm getting ready to re-sign my lease again next month with her. And I usually just go 6 months, but I love the place so much. Like, I don't see myself switching apartments or even leaving Cambodia, that I'm actually going to sign a 1-year lease with her. So I'm going to go for 12 months. I only pay $330 a month. And I have a 1-bedroom. And I got a balcony. You see sort of how like these places are set up? That's sort of how my place, I mean, I don't have a triple deck, but she's got a 3-story building, sort of like this one, 1, 2, 3. I live on the 2nd floor, not this one, but I'm just giving you an example. Like I have a balcony, but mine wraps out like a 180. This is small. And she's got the top floor empty for rent, and then she lives on the bottom floor. But that's what I'm saying. Like some of these places, like you'll catch them where they're renting these places out. And like I said, I got in at $350 a month when I first signed the lease. I'm gonna put this down. I got in at $350 a month when I first signed the lease with her. And then my second time around, I talked her down to $330 a month. I was like, at first I was like, can you maybe help me out and pay maybe half my electricity? Because I was trying to bargain something with her, and you can do that. You can bargain with these people out here about on your rent or your electricity or something. And she's like, no, I can't do that. But she says, why don't I give you $20 off on the rent? And I was like, it's not exactly what I was looking for. I was sort of hoping to get her down $50 on the rent and make it just an even $300, but I got her down to $320. And then when I signed my last lease, I asked her, I said, is there any way we can reduce the rent down to $300 the next time I renew my lease? And she says, no, I can't do it. She goes, I'm still paying a mortgage on this place, and I need that $330, so I can't go any lower. But she said, and here's the deal she made with me, if you want to pay me 12 months in advance, well, she said, I'll knock off a month. If you give me 11 months in advance, you get the 12th month free, is how she did it. And I was like, well, that's good and all, but I really don't want to put out thousands of dollars up front, because I really want to hang on to my cash in case there's an emergency. even though that's nice, you're giving me a discount of 1 month. Not a super big deal, but not a bad deal. I mean, considering back in the United States, they don't give you anything like that. You don't get shit. You don't get deals like that. So that's what I'm saying. You can get deals out here. You can totally work with your landlord and just start rapping, man. You know, get to know them. You know, just say, hey, yo, I plan on staying here long term. Is there any deals? Like, and even if they won't knock down your rent, you could work with them. Like, maybe you don't like the bed, okay? Maybe the mattress is too firm. You could say, hey, how about when I renew the lease, you give me a softer bed, switch the mattresses out. They'll do it. Or, you know, you don't have a microwave. Could you get me a microwave and I'll re-sign the lease? They'll do it. So I'm just saying, you can bargain with them. It's such a different world out here, guys. That's what I love about living out here. Like, it brings you back to the bartering days. You know what I mean? Like, something we don't have back in the West. Like, everybody's out for themselves. Nobody wants to help you out. Everybody's greedy. They jack things up 3 times the amount. Then they want more. But when you live out here, they want to help you out. They keep prices low. They want to be fair with you. It's like, you're gonna lose that American mentality when you have to lose it. You'll lose it within 6 months to 8 months. It took me that long. I've been here I've been here 13 months now. So a little over a year. And I'm super comfortable. Anyway, me rattling on, let me go and show you some more sites so I get to your comments. I love this little coffee shop. Look, they're just hanging out right next to these guys working on the roof. That's pretty cool. LMG, hello, okay. Yeah, it does feel good to feel gooder. Was I a hippie? No. Oh, I'm super chill and calm, Kevin. I've never been so calm in my life. I was a calm person back in the States, but I am way calmer now that I've moved out here. Like, this life is so nice. Of forever? You know, never say forever, but for right now, let's say yes. I love these tuk-tuks. I get along in those tuk-tuks. $3 a ride, guys, to get all the way from 30-minute ride is $3. You're gonna ship me out a bed? That's okay, man. I'll get my own bed. I can get my own bed out here. Yeah, Kevin, my apartment was furnished. Everything was in the apartment when I moved in. Danny, what a question. I mean, if they refused and weren't trying, yeah, I guess. I mean, come on, isn't a relationship about mutual respect and people working together to build a life? I mean, yeah. Yeah, Angry Angel, it is. The immigration is way better here. In fact, I don't know, I missed somebody's comment, but let me go back. Somebody was asking why Cambodia. So I'm sorry I missed that, guys, but I'll go back. And why not Thailand or why not Vietnam? I think the bottom line, especially if you're like 55 or older, like me, and you're retired, it's way easier to live in Cambodia on a retirement visa than it is in Vietnam or Thailand. Let's put it this way. I just renewed my 6-month multi-entry visa like 2 weeks ago. I paid $170. I did not have to leave the country, so I had no border run. All I did was come in to my visa agent with my passport and the money. Gave her $170 to USD. Oh, that's another thing. Cambodia, if you don't know, is a dual currency country. They accept their money, their currency is called reals, R-I-E-L-S, and they accept the US dollar. They accept both. And the conversion rate, it's 4,000 reals roughly to one US dollar. So if you see something out here that costs 8,000 reals, just do the math in your head, that's $2. That's how you do it. But yeah, I just gave her my passport, gave her the money, got it back within a week and a half with a fresh new visa stamp, good for 6 months. I could do a year. If I want to do a year, it costs $300 to do a year. So you get a little bit of a discount, right? Yeah, and you don't have to show proof of income. I'm living on a pension from the United States. I still have my American bank account. The money flows through there. I move it to Charles Schwab. I take the cash out of an ATM anywhere in Cambodia. Whatever fee I get hit with an ATM, I get my money back because that's what Charles Schwab does. You get your money back at the end of the month. So I'm like banking for free. And yeah, I don't have to do a border run. I don't have to show proof of income. I don't have to open up a Cambodian bank account. It's not law to be retired here to have one. I don't have to put money in their bank, like say $10,000 or $20,000 like you have to do in Thailand to hold your money. So that is the big attraction of one of the reasons why I came out to Cambodia. Like I said, they make it super freaking easy, and hopefully it won't change anytime soon. So if you're thinking of moving to Southeast Asia, I really would take a look at Cambodia. Seriously, I would take a look at it strongly because it doesn't get any easier than that, guys. They may tell you online that they want proof of income, but I'm telling you, in reality, I've had my visa renewed 3 times already since I've been out here, plus the initial one, and not once has a visa agent asked for proof of income. Not once. I've even asked her. I says, look, 2 times back, I says, hey, do you need proof of my pension? Like, do you need proof of what kind of money I got coming in? And she's like, no. She goes, all I need is a valid passport. And when they say valid, it has to be good at least 6 months, okay? So at least a 6-month validity. If you start going below that, you better get that sucker renewed. You won't be able to get your visa. Yeah, so I think that answered that question. I don't even know. I think that answered that question. They about got this roof put up. Check this out. Damn, they work fast. Okay, Wham Bam, you're welcome. Definitely leave the UK. All you need's a miracle. All I need is you. Hey, all you need's Cambodia, man. Get your passport and get out here. Sent my own way. Greetings from Thailand. Any tips on maneuvering around Southeast Asia? Hey, that's a good one. I mean, what kind of tips are you looking for? Are you looking for, like, just logistics? Like, is it cheaper to go by train, bus, airplane? Are you looking for tips on the currency or where to find a place? You got to be a little more specific because, I have some tips. I've traveled a little bit before I settled down here in Cambodia. If you don't know, I mean, I got a lot of regulars on here that already know my story, but if you're new here, I used to be a backpacker. I didn't stay in hostels like this. I'm too old for hostels, okay? Like, this is the 20-something crowd, but I don't mind coming to the cafes and hanging out. I don't want to hear some guy snoring his ass off above my head or somebody doing the Humpty Hump next to me in the next room. Like, I'm not about that. I'd rather stay in my own place. So what I did is I traveled 2 years as a solo backpacker through Southeast Asia. I stayed at Airbnbs. I did what they call slow travel. So if you ever heard that term, in other words, I wasn't moving every week from country to country. I actually stayed in each country one location 1 month at a time. Because the sweet spot on booking an Airbnb, if you're thinking about doing that, is 28 days on a rental. For some reason, you get your biggest discount on the 28th day. If you make it 27 or 29 or more, it's full price. But if you make it for 28 days, you get like up to a $200 a month discount. So you can't beat that. So that's what I would do. So I'd have my own space, my own kitchen. I would cook my meals, just go down to the local markets, get the food. Like, I lived really, really cheap when I was traveling. And I made it through Southeast Asia. I went up to the Balkans, Eastern Europe. If you're not familiar with that, that's like Serbia, Albania, Bosnia. I went all through there. I did a little bit of Central Europe, which was Poland and Budapest, Hungary. Super nice, cool places. And then I exited out in Spain. I did a little bit of Spain and then went back out to the States, and then I bounced back out to Cambodia, and here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. So yeah, that's my background, man. Back to your questions. Yeah. Sent my way. Yeah, Agoda's really good. I use Booking, well, not Booking.com. I used to use them, but I used Agoda and I use Trip.com all the time. Trip.com's really cool. Yeah, the Humpty Humper. Yeah, guest houses are hella cheap. Monthly price of an apartment, depending on the location. That's why I picked, Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe, the rentals are cheap. At least they were 3 years ago. I don't know how they are now, as I haven't looked, but like, I was staying up in Siem Reap. I never made it to Phnom Penh on my travels, but I went to Siem Reap for a month, and I rented a really cool, cabin house. It's hard to explain. It was a cabin built on like 6-foot or 10-foot wooden stilts off the ground, and it was a little community. It had 4 cabins there. So I hung out there, and I had a hammock. Downstairs was the kitchen. Upstairs was the bedroom and the bath and the refrigerator. I stayed there for a month, and it was 20 minutes outside of town. So I wasn't in Siem Reap. I wasn't near Pub Street. I had to take a tuk-tuk to get in there. But it was a deal. I only paid $280 for the month, maybe $300, something like that. But I got it super, super cheap. So that was real cheap. And then when I went up into the Balkans, I highly recommend it, man. Fabulous apartments. I had a really cool apartment in Sarajevo, Bosnia. It's out in the mountains. Same thing, about $300, $350 a month. It was always within the $300 to $400 range on Airbnb. But if you do guest houses, you can get it cheaper. And if you don't mind staying in hostels, you can even go lower than a guest house. So yeah, it's doable. Travel's doable. Yeah, Irv. Well, that's how I was. I had to wait till my youngest son graduated, and he was 19. I kicked his butt out. I said, that's it. Because my daughter was already grown and out. And I put him out at 19 and said, Mama's hitting the road. I'm done. You're a grown man now. Go hit the road, kid. Okay, Derek wants to know, what's the minimum monthly one can survive on USD Cambodia? Minimum monthly? That's a good question. Um, 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 um. I'm Max Headroom all over again. It depends on your lifestyle, Derek. Am I saying it right, Derek? Yeah. It really depends on you, okay? Because, like, I don't drink or smoke, so I don't do bar hopping. I'm not a big fancy, I mean, I like to go to fancy restaurants every now and then, but most of the time I'm eating in places like this where I can get a meal and a drink for $6 or less. So for me, all I can do is give you an example of what I do. I love their little horns. Check it out. First, I'll answer that. Hold on. Where is she? You see her? She's right. Can you see her, guys? Maybe you can't see her. Damn. Oh, there she is. These ladies with the horns actually collect bottles, and they turn in the plastic bottles for money. They're the neighborhood recycled people. Oh, thanks, Nate. Okay, so anyway, minimum monthly. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I just want to show you everything, and I want to talk to everybody, and it's hard to do. And let me just turn around here. Um, 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 um. While I gather my thoughts, I'm gonna drive y'all nuts. So anyway, I told you my monthly rent is $330 a month. My utilities last month, my water and my electric, $54. So my rent and utilities was $384 last month. Transportation, I don't do tuk-tuks. You can rent a tuk-tuk out here for $5 a day, but I don't do that. I use not tuk-tuks, scooters. You can rent a scooter for $5 a day. But I do the tuk-tuks, and I live about from the river to where my apartment is. I live 30 minutes outside of the river from town. It takes me $3 to get down to the river. If I go anywhere shorter, of course, the cost is cheaper. So my average transportation cost is like $50 a month for tuk-tuk rides. Can I go cheaper? Yeah, they got local buses, but the bus stop's not near where I live. But you can grab a bus out here for 37 cents a ride. But they're not very accurate. They're not that cool. I'm just telling you, I'd rather do a tuk-tuk. It's easier. What else? And just food, groceries. Let me tell you how much I spend on food. I eat very clean and natural. I mean, I get a snack every now and then, but I eat a lot of just, meat, tofu, veggies, fruits, oats, beans, legumes, fresh herbs, spices. I mean, I eat well, okay? And I cook at the house. When I go out, I have a meal out here, but just groceries alone only cost me $25 average a week, so $100 a month on food. And then when I go out for entertainment or to eat or get a cup of coffee or just chill somewhere, most of the things you do out here are free. But if you want to go to like a museum, it might cost you $5 to $10 to go to a museum. You can see a lot of movies, like natural cultural arts out here for free. I went to a night market by the river with an expat friend of mine out here. It's totally unexpected. It was around the beginning of the Year of the Horse celebration, the Chinese New Year recently. And there was just these two gay Cambodian dudes dressed up as women. Nothing against gays, but they were dressed up as women, and they were on stage at the food market. They have different stalls, and then they had just a stage set up in the middle, and you can just sit down with your food and watch this guy dance to music. It's and he had makeup on and shit, and I was like, free entertainment. So anyway, long story short, what is my monthly expense? If I'm pushing it, $700 a month. Now take that and multiply it by 12. What do you get? $8,400 a year, if my calculations are right. So yeah, about $8,400 a year is what I'm spending. So I would say even 10,000 a year is being generous. I think a single person could really live out here for 10 grand or less a year. That ain't no shit either. I swear to God, Scout's honor, I'm doing it. You can do it too. Yep, free is good. Yep, Irv, that's right. Phil, that's wild as fuck. You had a 24-ounce Red Bull and 2 cigs for breakfast. Okay, you go, boy. Hey, Levi's from Arizona, what's up? Is it NATO? Yeah, definitely come in, try Cambodia. I think you'll enjoy it. Oh, okay, you're from LA, you're moving to Siem Reap? April 1st. Congrats, man. Okay, here's a good question. Is it Aaron Backstrawn? Is the war still happening with Thailand? No, 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 no. Now you're gonna hear some stuff in the news, like what I heard recently was that there's still, for whatever reason, there's still Thailand military on Cambodian property, but they're not doing anything. So I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to be bullies or they're just trying to piss Cambodia off and get them into another conflict. But it always seems to me, from what I read and what I hear from the locals, that it always seems to me, and nothing against the Thai people, because it's not them, it's their military, it's their government. It always seems to me that Thailand is trying to instigate the war, and Cambodia is just like, hey, we're just trying to live our lives and be peaceful. Like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? Like, leave us alone. That's what it feels like. It feels like Thailand is just trying to bully their way to get Cambodia to fight. And Cambodians don't want to fight, man. They're like, just leave us the fuck alone. We're just trying to make money out here. We're just trying to live. Yeah, but long story short, there's no war going on. And even if there was, I lived through it. I was here for a year when it was going on. It was at the border, and the border is 240 miles away from the capital of Cambodia, and everything was business as usual out here. There was nobody was worried or anxious. People were just going about their normal lives and just, like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen kind of attitude. And that's how I feel too. I'm just like, I mean, if I get an email from the US Embassy, because I'm signed up with them, if they say, hey, you might want to leave Cambodia because it's getting really dangerous, code red or something, then I'd pack up and go. But I never got that email, so I stayed. So everything's chill, guys. Everything's chill. Is the rice as good as, well, here's the rice. As you see, it's got the curry in it. I can't eat it all. I'm not a big rice person, but I mean, rice tastes like rice. I don't know. It tastes the same. The menu's good. Where are we at? We are in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. As you can see, the French architecture with the Asian flair. Hey, they got that roof done, look. They're done, man. Finishing touches. Watching from Mexico. Welcome in. How's the weather, Pauline? Oh, it's been great. You see the clouds? We're actually having rain. I think we're going to get more rain. We're not supposed to have rain. The rainy season's over, but it rained for 3 hours yesterday, and I think we're getting more. And the weather's like in the 80s right now, and you can see there's a nice breeze. It's super nice, guys. As you can see, they got flooded out here. Guys just hanging out back there. Okay, I got people asking about healthcare and everything. The only thing I know about the healthcare right now is I went and had an eye exam months ago, and I had like 12 detailed tests done on my eyes, and it only cost me $50. As far as like going to the hospitals or anything like that, I haven't had that experience, so I can't tell you exactly what that's all about. And somebody had a question in there about the cataract surgery. I haven't had that yet, so that's still pending. Yeah, so that's sort of where we're at right now. But from what I hear, the healthcare is good, you know. But now if you go to the public hospitals, it's actually free for foreigners to go use their public health insurance, but you get what you pay for. I hear the wait time is astronomical. The facilities aren't that westernized, that good. But I mean, if you have no choice and that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. But you can purchase health care out here. You can get health care if you qualify. Like I'm on something called Safety Net. I got a $100,000 policy, $500 deductible. Includes if I need to get air vac'd out to, like, say, Bangkok, if they can't help me here, it's a serious kind of thing, they'll have to get me out to another country. It covers all of that. And my policy right now is $480 a year. In fact, it's up for renewal in June, but yeah. But so far so good. I've been lucky. I haven't had any major medical reasons to go utilize the healthcare services here. There are a lot of pharmacies out here, I can tell you that. In fact, the best pharmacy that I would recommend is a company called UCare. It's with a capital U, UCare Pharmacy. They actually have like the real medicines. I don't want to scare you guys. I mean, there's millions of pharmacies out here. They're all like mom and pop kind of places. But from what I've been told by locals, like, you can get the medicine cheaper at those locations than UCare. But you're going to get, I don't even want to say generic. You're going to get some kind of brand that you don't even know what the hell's in it. So, like, if you're trying to buy some serious medicine, like, let's say for blood pressure or cholesterol, I don't think I would be messing with places like that. But one thing I did hear and learn is that you don't need a script. You know how back in the States you have to go to your primary care physician, got to get an exam, then you get diagnosed, then you get a script, then you take the script to the pharmacy, yada, 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 right? You don't have to do that out here. So if you have a script from the United States, bring it with you, walk into UCare Pharmacy. Of course, it'll be in English, but they'll be able to read it. There's a lot of people that speak English out here. They can scan it, and then they just fill it. That's it. And you pay for it. And it's definitely going to be cheaper than what you're going to be paying back in the United States. What it is, I don't know, but it is cheaper. So I hope that helps you out. Yeah, it could be the black market. Okay, Big Fish wants to know, why am I here? Well, it has to do with the economics, Big Fish. I got priced out of Orlando, Florida, and hey, if you can live in a country for less than $800 a month, wouldn't you be here? Yeah, I'm serious, man. Less than $800 a month, all in. I love it. It's a nice place. This lady's doing her exercise out here. You're welcome, Isaac. Thank you for joining. Irv wants to know, can you get an American doctor facility? I haven't heard about American doctors, but you can definitely get Western type facilities. Like, there's a lot of Japanese doctors out here. I mean, they all speak English, and they have Western facilities and equipment. So don't think you won't get that out here. You will. Am I from Texas? No, I'm actually from Florida. What time is it here? It is, I can't tell with the sun being blocked. I think it's about 3 o'clock right now, guys. Maybe 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, see, people are in from Texas. That's tequila weather. I love it. Sorry, I'm just catching up with your comments, guys. Well, big fish, yeah, you might need to get some sleep. Okay, I'm going back. Nate wants to know what's the menu like here. Well, if you're just talking about what I ate here, this place here that we're at, I'm gonna put this down so I don't have to hold it. This place that I'm at now is like a vegan cafe. They've got all kinds of choices out here, guys. They got vegetarian, vegan, meat, seafood. I'm not vegan, but I enjoy vegan food. I mean, it's just fresh food, right? It's just food minus the meat is really all it is. I just felt like some vegan food. So I got some rice with vegetables, like a curry sauce. It was really nice, really good. But as far as what the, yeah, check this out. They give you water in a nice bottle. Ain't that cool? Ain't no plastic here, baby. Just glass. But you can get all kinds of food, okay? It's not just Khmer food. You can get Thai food, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Malaysian, American, believe it or not. They have Burger King right down the street. In fact, I'm looking at a KFC right down the road here. Now, is it going to be exactly like the menu is in America? No. It's going to be adjusted to how they're allowed to cook it here because they have standards. They're not gonna let them put all kinds of chemicals and everything in the food. So, yeah. And not to mention, there's European food out here. So, let's say you're from Europe, right? And maybe you want some fish and chips. You can get it out here. Maybe you want some Russian borscht. They've got that. You know, they've got restaurants, they're German restaurants, Russian restaurants. Anything you can imagine around the world is pretty much represented here. Indian food, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Like, I actually ate at a Pakistan restaurant long ago. I had something called mutton, which I think is goat. I don't know what I ate. It was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it. It was actually sort of chewy. I don't know if it was sheep or goat, but I ate it. I was like, oh shit, I paid for it and I'll just eat it. It was pretty good though, pretty good. But that's what I'm saying, like, for you guys that don't know me, like, what I do here, besides talk to you on YouTube, is I help people move here. So if you're interested in moving out here and you don't even know where to begin, I can help you score a nice apartment. I know the areas of the city. You know, you can tell me your budget range. I have a realtor I work with out here, so I can get you set up. We can get your boots on the ground. We can get your roots planted. So if you need help with your retirement visa, you need help with a place to live, and any other little things you can think of, I can point you in the right direction. That's what I do. I help people coming out here. I'm sort of like, you know, a concierge. So if you need that hold your hand service, I can save you hours of time and worry, you know what I mean? Because I know how it is coming to a new country and you're like, holy shit, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know which side of town is good and which is bad. All I know is I want to get there and I want to start living, right? And I don't want to go through all kinds of anxiety trying to get a place. I'm your girl, man. I help you out, okay? So anyway, I'll have my information down in the description. So after the live stream, just go back to my description, click in there. You're going to see my website, nextstepunknown.me. You'll see my services page, book an appointment. I usually do the one-on-ones once you get here to Cambodia, so then we can meet in person and we can hit the ground running and get you set up right away. But if you want to get some things going before you get to Cambodia, I can work with you virtually too. So we can do a Zoom call, whatever. We can make it happen. So, or if you just have questions, just hit me up on my email, which is Tami, Tami, at nextstepunknown.com. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. Cheers. This lady's still out here swinging her arms. I commend her. She's getting arm exercises in. And these guys are about done with this. Damn, they got the roof on, man. They're good. They're good, man. Lily, what do you mean about the deportee? Not sure about how to answer that. Big Fish wants to know, are there a lot of other Americans out there? Absolutely. I mean, not as much as, let's say, other type Westerners, like people from France, Germany, because they're closer, obviously. They're on this continent, so there's more of them over here than people from the States. But there are people from America. I've helped quite a few out here, even people from Canada. Yeah, Angry Angel, it's definitely easier to get a retirement visa here than Thailand, like 10 times easier. Okay, Mr. Mikey, yeah, definitely hit me up on my email. Looking forward to talking to you. Okay, Big Fish, yeah, me too. I do most all my cooking. Hi, AK Blaze. Hello, hello, is it Chin690? Okay, Herb, you probably got me on the soul food thing. They do have barbecued ribs out here, but I have not seen collard greens or cornbread, so you do got me on that, brother. You definitely got me. Yeah, Big Fish. They do make the ingredients a lot better. In fact, let me stand up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Look. You see that? That's a KFC right there. There's old Colonel Sanders hanging out. And right below him, see all the tin roofs? That is the Russian market, or at least part of it. That's what you see out there. Yeah, my family, Zappa, they're back in the States. I have my grown kids are back there. I'm going to be visiting them in September. Yeah, they got hot dogs out here, man. They got sausage, too. It's really good. Oh, by the way, I'm not liberal. Haha, joke's on you. Yeah, Zap, I imagine it is getting super expensive out there. Oh, Greg's from Spring Hill, Florida in the house. That's super cool. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, the immigration law is really relaxed. Guys, I'm just going back on your stuff. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see, we get you a different view over here. So you can see we had puddles. It's okay, Big Fish. Ask away, man. That's what I'm here for. Okay, have a good night. Thanks for joining. I need a GoPro, yeah. If you want to help pitch in, I have a donation link. Buy me a GoPro, man. I'm all about it. I do the best I can with what I got. Yeah, Richard, these are electric poles. Everybody out here, there's no telephones per se, like landlines. Everybody's got cell phones. So this is actually, all these wires are electricity wires. That's what you're seeing. Vincent wants to go on a grocery shopping trip. I guess we could do that one time. That would be sort of fun. Hey, Richard from California, what's up? Yeah, they are. They're a little laxed. Washington State in the house. Hello. Hi, James. Yeah, the patio is cool. It's pretty cool. There's a guy chilling over here. Oh, you see your feet. There's another view. See some people walking through. Yeah, it's just a neighborhood, man. We're in the middle of Phnom Penh, enjoying the views of the neighborhood. Thanks, James. Thank you, James, for subscribing. I appreciate that. And anybody else who jumped in and subscribed. Always looking for new victims. I think you'll enjoy the channel. Like I said, this weekend, I've got a video coming out about Kampot. If you've never heard of Kampot, Cambodia, you need to check this video out. You see where we're at. We're in the main city. Well, Kampot is 3 hours south, and it's in the mountains of Cambodia. So if you're into like nature and mountains and beautiful rivers, this is the video for you, man. Like I said, I'm going to be editing it out tomorrow, and I'll probably have it out Sunday for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, so I'm super impressed that these guys got this whole roof up the entire time I was talking with you. Super cool. Yeah, they're done. So now when it rains, these guys won't get wet. That's really cool. You're welcome, Phil. I'm living here, James. David's asking, are there any dangerous wildlife out here? I guess if you're way out in the provinces, you could probably run into snakes and stuff like that. Wild monkeys, I mean, yeah. But here in the city, like, the most dangerous wildlife you're gonna run into is probably a rat. And even the rats are scared of you, man. Like, you'll see a rat, if you like walking down the street, it's maybe nighttime, you might see a rat scurrying across you real fast. They won't touch your feet or nothing, but you'll just see them running, past you, and it'll scare you, and they'll be scared, and then they just take off. Yeah. I mean, there are wild dogs out here, and there's cats, strays. But I've not once had any issues with stray cats or dogs out here. They will bark at you sometimes, but their bark is worse than their bite. They never mess with people out here. And cats don't either. They don't mess with you. They're more scared of you than anything else, and they're just running around doing their own thing. So, yeah, it's pretty chill. Yep, Cambodia. Yeah, cool beans. Yeah, they do have movie theaters and clubs, and it's for anybody. You don't have to just be a senior, but they have it for everybody. Let's see if I missed anybody else's. Yeah, the regulations out here are crazy with the lines. I know. Doesn't that blow your mind with the lines? It's so wild. But everything works out here. That's just how it is. Greg, is it Greg Wadsworth? Oh, it's nice to meet you too. You're 58, retired, ready for Asia. Yeah, man, come on down. Hey, Berth, yeah, thanks for coming in. James wants to know about the occasional rogue monkey. This lady's still working out. Wow. Where is she? She just swinging them arms for the last hour. When I was on my trip to Kampot and we were going up the mountain, there's this mountain called Boker Mountain. There were a bunch of monkeys, just wild monkeys, on the side of the road. But they stay there because they know people are gonna throw them fruit, like bananas, because a lot of people, before they start the trek up the mountain, they stop at the local market and they buy a big thing of bananas so that they can purposely throw them out at the monkeys. I personally would not, like, I was in a tour van and the guy pulled over and he's like, you can come out of the van and watch me feed the monkeys. And I was like, not really wanting to do that. I just took a picture of the monkeys from the inside of the van. I've had some bad experiences with the monkeys when I did my solo travels, like when I was in Max Headroom. When I was in Bali, Indonesia, the south side of the island, which is called Uluwatu. There's a big temple, Hindu temple, that overlooks the cliffs out there. Beautiful place. But it's infested with monkeys. And they love to steal things off of tourists because they get treats to return the things back. Let me explain. Okay, I saw this guy with his iPhone out and he was filming. And this monkey grabbed his iPhone literally right out of his hands and just sort of like ran off the sidewalk with it and was hanging out with his iPhone, right? So of course the guy's freaking out and he wants to get his phone back, right? So a whole crowd of people, including me, were surrounding this monkey who's holding his iPhone and starts to chew on his phone. He starts chewing on it, man, like he's gonna rip it apart. And I was like, oh my God, your phone's gone, bro. So then the staff come along and they have bags of peanuts and they have bananas and they start throwing it at the monkey to get the monkey to let go of the phone. So the game is, if it works, the monkey will drop the item in his hands, i.e. the phone, pick up the food, and then take off. And that's how they get their treats, right? Well, this monkey wasn't playing that game. He was smart. He kept the guy's phone. He grabbed the bananas and the nuts in his other hand. He still had the phone, and he took off way up the tree with all of it. I felt so bad for that guy. I was like, oh my God, that could be my phone up there. And then the monkey just like started chewing on his phone and destroyed it. The guy didn't get his phone back. That's why I don't mess with monkeys out here, because they're quick and you don't know what they're gonna do. That's why they say never wear glasses on your head. I've had monkeys tear off sunglasses off my head and you wouldn't even know they were in the tree. Like they just come down, whoosh, grab your stuff and take off. Um, but yeah, I don't mess with monkeys. I'll stay away from them bitches. Hey, VF guy. Yeah, the brass monkey, right, James? Yeah, Midas Night, I am coming back to the United States, actually, September this year. Yeah, I mean, there's a mix of everything here in Cambodia. There's a mix of everything here. Okay, Phil. Irv. I wouldn't say I'm the wild one. You guys are too cute. Oh, you saw that? Yeah, look. I guess you can see her. I'm telling you, that's definitely a good exercise right there. Yeah, right? Look at him. You look down the street, you can see him just crisscross all over the street. That's how they roll out here, man. That's how they roll out here. And I've never seen anybody get electrocuted, including me. Thank God, right? Thank God. All right, guys. As they say, all good things must come to an end, including this live stream. I'm going to start making my way back to the hacienda before the rains start popping off. I don't want to get caught in a big rainstorm in a tuk-tuk. End up floating back to the apartment. Thank you for everybody who's checked in with me today and joined the live stream. Thank you for being respectful in the live stream. And if you weren't, shame on you. Go to another live stream. And thank you for everybody who's subscribed. If you're new, feel free to check out my playlist. I told you I was a backpacker. I got things from all over the world that you can check out. Or not, totally up to you. And again, if you need my help moving out here, check out my website and my email, which will both be in the description. After the video, you can go back and hit the replay. You'll see all my information in the description, okay? All right, guys. And watch out for the new video coming out this weekend about Kampot. You're going to love that. I'll have it out probably Sunday, maybe Monday at the latest. Okay? I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Enjoy your day. Peace out.